the Serengeti teems with big predators. Nile crocs patrol the rivers. Leopards stalk the woods. And cheetahs hunt the open plains. But of all the predators here, none compare to the lion. It weighs in as Africa's largest cat, reaching up to 250 kilograms. At full size, males stand a commanding 1.2 meters at the shoulder and span up to 3.3 meters from head to tail. They're built to intimidate other males, but their large manes make them easier for prey to spot. Males leave most of the hunting to the specialists. Females weigh less, approximately 140 kilograms. Their size balances their need for power and speed. Clocking up to 56 kilometers per hour, a lioness possesses enough speed and strength to catch and kill her prey. Alone, lionesses are powerful predators. But lionesses don't always hunt alone. They are the only big cats that live together in prides. The Serengeti sustains one of the biggest lion populations in Africa. Approximately 3,500 lions living in 300 prides. The average pride on the plains here contains 4 lionesses, a few cubs, and 2 pride males. But one pride, residing in the central Serengeti, is an exception. Any pride exists to create lots of cubs. This pride excels at it. Countless lions trace their roots to this dynasty, making them a source pride, a ruling family of the Serengeti. Now this great pride comprises 8 adult females, 2 males, 12 adolescents and cubs, 22 in all. They are a super pride. Few lion prides reach super pride status. This phenomenon requires a perfect storm of conditions. The first is plentiful prey. Lions live exclusively on meat. A full-grown lioness needs 6 kilograms a day, but can eat 4 times that much at a sitting. A big male can devour as much as 45 kilograms in one meal, over a quarter of his body weight. A normal pride might only need to kill big prey every couple of days, but the super pride boasts 22 members, They must hunt nearly every day to survive. Zebra inhabit their territory year-round. But zebra possess keen senses and defenses. They use their powerful back legs against friend and foe alike. Lions and zebras can both reach top speeds up to 56 kilometers per hour. But the zebra can run for longer. The lioness combines power and speed, but she lacks endurance. She can only run at her top speed for about 90 meters. So she needs to get close and surprise her prey. The lioness gets a chokehold, but the male zebra weighs twice as much. Reinforcements from the super pride add their power to the struggle. Some of the adolescents get to sharpen their skills. Every kill provides a valuable lesson for them. No pecking order exists at a carcass. Each lion fights for its own share. Competition can be intense, even in a normal pride. But in a 22-member super pride, there are a lot more mouths to feed. 12 adolescents jostle for position at the kill. As they grow, so do their appetites. A single adult zebra provides up to 160 kilograms of meat, more than enough to satisfy a normal pride for a couple of days. But the lions of the super pride can devour over 135 kilograms a day. They need much more. And right now, over 1 million wildebeest and zebra charge towards them. The migrating herds will feed the super pride's massive appetite. They could also trigger the birth of a new generation of super pride cubs. May arrives on the Serengeti Plains, and the rains descend. The deluge pours down on the super pride. The rains generate new grass, which will in turn draw the great herds. More than 1 million wildebeest and zebra. The largest migration of mammals on Earth. The herds leave the southeastern Serengeti and travel north, following the rains and the new grass. Their annual 500-kilometer round trip takes them right into the heart of the Super Pride's territory. This 32-square-kilometer territory measures less than the territories of other, smaller prides. But quality matters more than sheer size. Every square kilometer here contains more food than some other, bigger territories on the plains. And this year's migration could allow the Super Pride to grow even bigger. But keeping the cubs alive to maturity is the ultimate goal. If they die, the adults' efforts will have been in vain. Typically, only a quarter of Serengeti lion cubs get to adulthood. They must make it through a gauntlet of perils. Disease and starvation hit hard. Other predators present a more violent threat. To hyenas, one less lion cub is one less competitor and one more meal. To increase the cubs' chances of survival, new mothers join forces and form what's known as a creche. In a creche, the mothers share the responsibility of feeding, rearing, and guarding the cubs. Lions are the only wild cats that raise their young this way. In a Super Pride creche, more mothers mean even more lines of protection for the cubs. But these mothers face a dilemma. They need to protect their cubs from other predators, but they also must leave them to find prey. And the cubs are too small to join their mothers on the hunt or defend themselves at home. The creche provides the solution. Mothers can go hunting while their cubs remain under the watchful eye of the other lionesses. And this year, they don't have to go very far to find prey. The migration feeds the new mothers and helps them produce milk for their cubs. But by now, some of the cubs are old enough to eat meat. They receive their initiation into the world of carnivores. Between their mother's milk and this meat, the new Super Pride cubs get a good start in life. 18 months will pass before these cubs can survive on their own. They depend on the creche for food and protection till then. But the road to adulthood entails many terrible dangers. Sometimes the greatest threats to a lion cub's life come from other lions. The Super Pride's 32 square kilometer territory is surrounded by other prides. They must defend it ruthlessly, or they and their cubs will not survive. Trespassers cannot be tolerated. The super pride creche encounters two small cubs from another pride on the edge of their territory. With their mother hunting, the cubs wandered off and accidentally crossed onto super pride land. Often, trespassing cubs are killed on sight. But these lionesses hesitate. Nearby, the mother calls for her lost cubs. She is likely an outcast of the super pride, a former daughter. The super pride needs about 8 adult females to defend its territory against other, smaller prides. As they mature, surplus females must leave. Several lionesses were driven out by their mothers. They formed what's known as a daughter pride on the edge of super pride territory. Theirs and several other daughter prides in the area carry the super pride's DNA. The bonds between mothers and exiled daughters disappear over time. The super pride mothers seem to sense something familiar about the cubs. They could be related. The lost cub's mother picks up their scent and follows the trail into terrible danger. The super pride may have spared the cubs, but the mother's presence here will not be tolerated. The cubs are led away, lucky to have escaped their ordeal alive. And their good fortune continues. Their mother brings them to a fresh kill. For the lionesses of the super pride, these border incursions don't always need to resolve violently. Each territorial battle with other prides is just a brief moment in a conflict that lasts generations. But one threat from outside the super pride is dealt with immediately and with all necessary force. Nomadic males. Nomadic males represent one of the most serious perils to the stability of the superpride. The nomad's main mission is to spread their genes. Their ambition will present the superpride mothers with their sternest test. Roaming males may kill a quarter of all cubs. If lionesses already have cubs, they're unable to mate. Often the nomads will find and kill the existing cubs. This brings the females back into heat. With so many lionesses, the superpride presents a tempting target. But the nomads will have to defeat the two pride males to get to the lionesses. The pride males frequently parole and scent mark their 32 square kilometer territory to ward off challengers and protect their cubs. The spray reveals the male's gender and status. Scent marking gives clear warning to potential intruders. The scent wears off in 3 to 4 weeks, and the males must repeat the circuit. The superpride males roam the far edges of their territory. But their patrolling can leave the superpride creche of mothers and cubs vulnerable to attack by nomadic males. Only the mothers are then left to defend the lives of their cubs. By night, the superpride males declare their ownership of the superpride with an unmistakable sound. Their roars can travel almost 5 kilometers. One pair of nomads listens. The roars reveal the pride male's position, far from the lionesses and the cubs. The nomads are closer to the lionesses, and they seem to sense an opportunity. They declare their own intentions. The lionesses hear the roars. These intruders could be cub killers. If this were a normal pride, the mothers might not stand a chance against this group of nomads, and the cubs could be in mortal danger. But the lionesses of the superpride have the power of numbers. They now issue their own warning to the nomads. This turf and these cubs will be vigorously defended. The intruders know they're outnumbered. The powerful wall of sound seems to repel the nomads before they can mount an invasion. The Super Pride males return at dawn. The scent of the intruders lingers everywhere. The males refresh their own scent marks and roar at full volume. But the moment of danger has already passed. The cubs live, and the Super Pride endures, thanks to the lionesses. But there's a change in the air. The wet season draws to a close, and the plains quickly begin to dry out. Hundreds of thousands of wildebeest and zebra resume their annual journey to greener pastures. Their presence here for the past 2 months has allowed the Super Pride to thrive. But as the herds drift away, the Super Pride's larger number brings a new challenge. It will now need to hunt bigger prey to satisfy its enormous appetite. And that means one thing: buffalo. July arrives in Africa's Serengeti, and the dry season sets in. It means the end of easy prey for the Super Pride. The migrating herds have moved on. Dry season forces many other prides apart. Warthogs and gazelles remain plentiful, but they're tough to catch and offer meager rations. Many lions are better off hunting alone now. A newborn giraffe doesn't offer much meat, but it's a lifeline for these lionesses. Its mother tries to defend the calf. But the hungry lionesses prevail. Unlike many other prides, the lions of the Super Pride have a special advantage. They have the collective power to hunt the mighty and dangerous buffalo. The Serenira River attracts herds of thirsty buffalo. For the Super Pride, a buffalo is the ultimate prey. It weighs up to 700 kilograms, providing enough meat to feed them all. But buffalo fight back. These fierce animals wound more lions than any other prey species. A herd is a fortress of horns and hooves. loner like this offers the super pride their best chance. But even a loner demands respect. They work together to wear the buffalo out. Bringing him down requires the power of one of the big males. The quarry will take several minutes to throttle. The abundance of buffalo in the super pride's territory will sustain them during the next 9 months until the wildebeest return. The combination of plentiful prey, strong males, and a large group of powerful females has sustained this remarkable super pride. But just as it rose, the Serengeti super pride must fall. The older cubs approach maturity, and the super pride's goal of raising them nears completion. Soon some of the cubs will leave and forge their own path. The young females may form a daughter pride nearby. One day, they may grow strong enough to even challenge their own mothers for this territory. The young males will probably travel much further. Like spores on the wind, they will continue carrying the super pride's genes across the Serengeti. But just as it falls, someday the super pride may rise again. One pride looms large in the lion kingdom of the Serengeti. Expert hunters, defenders, and mothers. Something extraordinary is happening here. A perfect storm of conditions allows this great pride to flourish. They are a super pride. The deluge pours down on the super pride. The rains generate new grass, which will in turn draw the great herds. More than 1 million wildebeest and zebra. The largest migration of mammals on Earth. The herds leave the southeastern Serengeti and travel north, following the rains and the new grass. Their annual 500-kilometer round trip takes them right into the heart of the Super Pride's territory. This 32-square-kilometer territory measures less than the territories of other smaller prides. But quality matters more than sheer size. Every square kilometer here contains more food than some other bigger territories on the plains. The Super Pride males return at dawn. The scent of the intruders lingers everywhere. The males refresh their own scent marks and roar at full volume. But the moment of danger has already passed. The cubs live, and the Super Pride endures, thanks to the lionesses. But there's a change in the air. The wet season draws to a close, and the plains quickly begin to dry out. Hundreds of thousands of wildebeest and zebra resume their annual journey to greener pastures. Their presence here for the past 2 months has allowed the Super Pride to thrive. But as the herds drift away, the Super Pride's larger number brings a new challenge. It will now need to hunt bigger prey to satisfy its enormous appetite. And that means one thing: buffalo.